What's up, poker people? This is Fun Champion in the house, and today we are set on the tables with Wednesday vibes on Spartan Poker. So we are already into it. I just figuring it out, the new stream layout and everything. I just figuring it out a little bit, and it turns out it's nice. It's 3D. We're not gonna play like this though. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing rolling. And right off the bat, we have the table set with Kunal Patni and other red tags. I just fold this now. You have to fold a few hands. Quite a few hands. I just got started, and we did not play any hands yet. We just went through one orbit, and we are 32 of 55, and just started the tournament. So this is how it looks, all nice. I've revamped the layout a little bit. We are gonna have you're gonna have plenty of changes around the stream a little bit, and since we are focusing a lot more on study, we are gonna take a few spots from these tournaments and probably talk about these in the coming days. Interesting spots from tournaments. I plan to take them into study, so that will be helpful. So all of those, and anybody who follows a little bit of tournament action from my side, or even otherwise, it would be very easy and very nice to actually go along with these spots. All right, that's an interesting spot early in the game from the small blind. I don't want to 3-bet that hand. Let's take it up a little bit on the edge. Just give me a sec, guys. Alright, let me set an auto fold over here. Alright. Are we online yet? Yes, we are online. Welcome to the stream, guys. Alright. Solid smashing. We just begun the stream. Welcome to the stream, guys. Let's hope we make some solid plays tonight. Let's get home some dough, if we can. We can call it that. 3x opens early on in the game, quite normal. And I'm just trying to make sure, King Jack off is not in the list in the notes that we have made. Welcome to the stream, Gaurav. Thank you so much for your kind wishes. Cheers with the coffee. Oh, this is also, by the way, I am yet to make I'm yet to make a video, or not a video, a post on this. This is all Spartan merchandise. So awesome Spartan. I mean, I haven't cashed my whatever points, VIP points, or whatever you want to call them, whatever they are. 9, 10. All right, 17, charging it big. Lego Tejasvi, are you there on the tables? Yes. Do I see you in the list, or are you gonna obviously sign in a bit later? Probably signing in a bit later, I guess. Yes. Oh no, you're on the tables. I see you. I have my eyes on you, mate. Good luck to you, and let's hope we both run solid, run good. Good luck, and ship it right. We haven't even completed the second orbit, and the pressure is on. All right, we like that. We're going in, smelling the blood. You smell the blood, guys? We're going for it. I just was watching Patrick Leonard's video where he reached day 3 among 25 people, and he was streaming that. So pretty solid stuff. All right, Mr. Paul Al Chapon, who is known to be a tight player, at least in my books. There's a good reason to mark them absolute solid. Thank you so much for joining, Gopal. I hope you make some smashing 975. That's brilliant for both of their ranges. Unless he decides to donk. They don't donk so much, they play fairly. Oh, they do decide to donk this time. What do you have? 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. Hi bro, drop ZYT. You have 2 overs, 7, 8, 9, 10, but since this hits their range so well, I'd rather choose to give it up at this point of time. And that big donk is probably intended at that, you know, taking down an early pot without giving me the chance to catch up. Oh, let me put the chat behind. My bad. Alright, so it goes behind me now. Awesome. Abhishek Gautam, good luck. Thank you so much for joining in, my dear friend. Please don't call me sir, please. That's a request to you, sir. Alright, so we have 90 bigs. We are playing a 90 big game. Stack we have, we always play the stack we have, like, you know, is the usual general advice. Let's go. We know they are fairly loose, don't 3-bet so much. That's the notes we have on them. They are fairly tight and 3-bet as well. This guy has just and we haven't seen them donk any time. I've taken poker as my oh wow, interesting comment. Just give me some time. I'll get to it. Easy fold should be done right away. I've taken poker as my profession, but Tamil Nadu government has banned online cash games. Hard time in my life. Oh man. I can imagine, but you know, if you have taken it as your profession, if you want to do it like for a living, then I guess at least for time being, I definitely suggest look into what most people in the USA did back when Black Friday hit USA. They moved to states. Zulfikar bhai. All right. My stream is usually low light. Is that the case? All right. I'll make sure it's lit well. We are paying attention to the lighting a lot more now. So let's go. Queen 4 suited. We're going to defend that. And why not? Right. Oh, 2x open now from 3x. Okay. Viking Barbie. And we are priced in to defend. And a lovely reason to defend, that is. Except for you know, pocket aces and stuff, we are not really afraid of much. Are they going to take a stab unnecessarily in between? Yeah, they are. King 4, less likely. Ace 4, very less likely. But then again, if they have Ace 4, they have Ace 4. Come on. Alright, that's pretty nice. We're going to check, and I'll be going for the check raise line this time. Oh, we just check back. What we'll do is we'll just go a little bit of over the top betting this time. Nice. May we make great decisions today. All right, that's a nice way to think about it. I love it. Let's make some good decisions and great decisions when they count the most. All right. It's also interesting to, you know, keep a track of how we are feeling. Are we feeling tense through a tournament? And especially such a tournament which runs for 2 hours and 51 minutes of late reg. Starting right now, that's also a little bit of concern, if not a lot, because, you know, maintaining some constant good psyche is probably the key to keep your best performing mindset at work. So that's that. Small blind with the ace deuce off is usually sad thing, unless you're like whatever 20ish pigs. Bro, any idea why PokerStars banned Indians from their major site? Yeah, absolutely, because they made an exclusive client for Indians to play on with PokerStars.in. So that's the reason we don't play on PokerStars.com. I don't think there are any sites which allow global site and the local site to function at the same point, at the same geographic location. Wouldn't make sense, right? Also, no giveaways today, guys. Just giving away all solid good vibes and wishing you guys all the best on the tables and hoping that you reach your personal bests this week and in the games to come. So all the best to you. That's my giveaway for you, bro. I guess we could have extracted some min value, but then going for max value makes a lot of sense. We want to go a bit polarized. If they have an ace, we should be confident enough in having a good ace. Else it's okay, they are not anyway going to pay a value. Might as well keep our hand mucked and collect the pot. That's cool. 2.18. all right, people are making like 2 point whatever. Let's hold this. Very interesting bet sizings, especially on quite a lot of final tables I've been observing. The trend seems to be going in with some bizarre bet sizes, for lack of a better word. Limp raise, re-raise. Alright, very interesting. Guys, any inputs on the chat and layout? We are still working on it. Let me know if the white is fine or should we switch it to some darker color. I don't mind doing that. And in between, whenever we are going on a break or if we are talking about stuff, we move to this screen, which makes sense again, right? Alright, push the chat below this. Yeah, so that goes behind the table. Alright, this is cool, right? We talk about a little bit of that spot, this spot, and what do? Equity, and we go back to our main screen like that in a snap. Oh no, why did I do it on the snap, right? And we talk about equity, we talk about all the good plays, and right, that's a little bit of fun time. Have you worked on your mindset in a targeted manner or are planning to? Absolutely, I'm planning to, Tejasvi. I have planned and probably did I do it already? No, I plan to pick up the mental game of poker book and absolutely go through it. That's the very, very basic and absolute first recommendation by most people I have talked to, or most people I have read from in their blogs, in their notes, or in their streams, or in their vlogs, everything. People talk about mental game of poker, and I feel I also am, when I'm not playing, when I'm not actively studying, I'm trying to listen to a lot of podcasts by Elliot Rowe, by there's one by Garrett James. These two guys make some amazing. Alright, funchampion current GF is alone at home, and the problem is, what will I tell my wife where I'm going exactly? And second thing is, there's also lockdown. So that's a bummer, man. Hey bro, got sleep while watching in the evening and just got busted on 2-9 on Dangal. 29 I hope that is. I hope you're not playing 2-9 or 9 deuce on Dangal in one like GTD. Pio Solvo, PLO I hope. Well, apart from this, good luck to you brother wives. Yeah man. Giveaway say out there bro, my answer was so much in detail. Maybe next time, yeah. But here, wait on what you're taking, deciding on turn bet. Ole is lovely. Thank you so much. I've been working a little bit on the stream and making it very simple. I don't like too much of jazz. All right, drop ZYT. That's a solid benchmark set by Ashutosh and also Anirudh. The kind of runs they do is. They're simply amazing, and it's very very inspiring to follow and to try and emulate or play our best game. And yeah, that's probably in the best spirit we can take it, like in the set. Instead of deep runs, I'd be always happy whenever I play to my best capacity. Make some solid pots, make some bluffs that get through enough number of times, not only get through but get caught sometimes. That's how you know you're bluffing enough. If you get called and if your bluff is shown on the table and you face some shame for shoving the hand that you do, only then we can say you're bluffing enough. Otherwise you're not bluffing enough if you're not getting caught with those bluffs. That's some food for thought. And coming back to Tejaswi's question, yeah, we are absolutely gearing up towards the mental game part of it. Now that it has come up, I am actually working on a small series. Since the lockdown is upon us, I think we can make the most out of this time, and probably I can share a few things with a pro on stream and tell them about how I thought about hands games, how I tried to change it, whether that change is good or the way I used to think was any good. Is thinking about winning good to begin with? Is thinking about winning good somewhere intermediate? Like you learn to check raise and it goes through. Is it good to think that you know how to check raise then? What exactly should be your mindset driven by? What exactly should your goals be driven by? Is it just growth? Is it implementation? Is it repetitive performance, consistent performance? What is it exactly? So all these things I'm trying to formulate and put them in some easy to follow, easy to understand. And wow, ace king, the queen will be so killer, epic. That's the showdown you want to see early in the game, so that you can relax and just hammer on. All right. Who is calling really with that? We are calling it. Ooh. Called jam 2.5x, so 15 and let's make it 21. Now if they jam, we'll have to fold. That'll be bad. Oh, they fold, and just hoping to fade a king. We do that, and we also take down a good pot. All right, that was good. That was good. We 3-bet. That was an open, actually open shove. But still the sizing was such that we should not have gone beyond that 2.5x, so it was fine. Probably had ace jack or something. That's cool. So we make a few chips over there, and all cool. Joining in, thinking of buying into this tournament and joining you, way out of my bankroll, just one bullet, all the best. All right, Afung, I think there was a satellite to this as well, right? Like when 2,000 rupee tournaments are out of my bankroll. I try to do this thing. I try to sati into it, then play with that sati, and then you can buy into the tournament for one more bullet, because then your average buy-in becomes half of that almost. Because 200 would be your first buy-in, and 2,200 would be your second buy-in. So your average buy-in comes close to about 1,000 something, which is fairly in your. Bro, I wanted to stream today. You should at least inform. What? That's not you. I know that. And no. And if you're Anirudh, you should know that I don't pick up calls. Just like you don't. Alright. Really looking forward to upcoming content. Alright. Why not be a part of it as well? Alright. We are heads up against them, and I think we should check here. 6, 7, 8, and 9. We block straight 8, 9. We could have 8, 9, ace 9, or something of that effect. I think we are calling at least one straight, if not more. We should be calling one straight, right? Yeah, we can decide on the river. Ooh, not exactly. A 9 gets there, pretty much. Yeah, so check to us. I don't think we can bet and get called by any worse hand. Probably ace 10 or ace jack, but it makes sense to just check back and take it. Alright, ace 8. Good thought. So that you know, what was I talking about? You know what, Harsagar Singh Sony, what we'll do is we'll talk about the payouts a little bit later, but right now I can tell you the buy-in is 1650 for this tournament, as you can see on the top. I don't know why you can't see it. 1650 you know, is the buy-in, and the prize pool is 6 lakhs GTD, and that's that. Up top right now is not you know, worth talking about, because there'll be so many more entries and it's gonna reduce a lot. In my as per experience of this particular tournament and similar tournaments go, there are going to be at least 40 to 50 paid places in this tournament, and you're going to see up top close to 1.25, 1 point something like that. King 10 off, you can fold it comfortably. Is there any technique to read opponents like a mind like Daniel Negreanu, who's master of reads? Well, drop Z YT. I feel you know, this has been said so many times that it's very difficult to read hands just like that. I mean, if you have ace and 6 of diamonds, that's like way too much, you know, way too far-fetched in my opinion. That's a little bit of TV theatrics, a little bit of showbiz kind of estimation of hands. But yeah, you can absolutely narrow down your opponent's range to such an extent where 3s are a fold, obviously. To such an extent that you know, there are only a few hands left, and it's very easy for you to decide, or it's very logical for you to make the decision on the turn or river. And that's that should be one of the motives of our game, to get enough information or judgment on our opponent's play, so that we can take the best decision, whether to go for value or whether to go for you know, bluffs, or whether to fold at any street. Red tag, so Rumit, I'm sorry I missed that comment. Red tag is basically somebody who has played you know, strong or a good range, tight range, and usually have not shown down any garbage. that's necessarily the would love to be a part of 100% paying you, and it's all right, man. Tejasvi, that's brilliant. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to do since I started streaming back in July. Like, get some new players together, get some people who, you know, want to talk about poker and like probably understand a new player's perspective, talk to new players through us, and we could probably have a small voice in terms of how we think, how most people think, what people at our stakes, lower stakes, mid stakes face in terms of problems, in terms of tough spots, mentally, financially, or even bankroll management wise. I mean, there's a for example, there's a millionaire series coming out. What section of that series should I even target? Should I target any any events in that series which are beyond my bankroll and stuff like that? Because all right, a limp, which is something that they do quite often with their strong hand, so I just choose to check and see where it goes. Brilliant. We have a gut shot, 2 overs, not bad at all. We are gonna check call 1 street if they just green tag. Green tag is basically somebody who has showcased a little bit of loose openings or a lot of openings. Like if in orbit they open 3 times, if in next 3 orbits they open 1, 2 or 4 times, then I'd probably go ahead and tag them a little bit of green and reevaluate a bit later. That's what I follow, my dear friend. What happens, Poker Saint giveaway you announced? Yeah, I did announce. So they'll get their tickets. That's what will happen. Now, small bet. Yeah, these are the bets that you have to call. So they could very well have aces. They could very well have kings, queens over here. But there's just no way we can fold that kind of bet size. To hit a 9, it'll be amazing. If not, it's fine. Now, the question is, do we bet overbet with this 7 of spades? Yeah, let's find out. They limp pre. I don't think they're gonna have a hand that connects with the board. Oh, they call. That's too bad. They have an ace 8 and they catch a overbet bluff over there. That's nice. It's a bit strange that they decided not to continue much on this board, just 1 big blind and stuff like that, which is cool. All right, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they had ace 8 of clubs. They did not believe us. Okay. They call. Oh, we got bet on river with 3D flush on board. All right. It's fine to try and take down big pots early on. Bro, when you play low binds like Centurions. I'm late for Sati, just join. Assign my table with Schema on my right. Adi Tribbiani is Schema right. Yes, indeed. Afo, he is. Alright, then good luck to you. And my advice is don't try anything fancy. Just play your hands. Probably play a bit tighter and play a bit more aggressive. Alright, good luck to you, man. Hope we end up playing together on the tables. Gaurav says, when you play binds like Centurions, what the percentage of hands that you play early to mid stage? Since most people you get to play against are shoving a much higher percentage of hands to double up, since binds are low and they are willing to fire 5, 6, maybe even 9 or 10 bullets. Yeah, so what I like to do, Rumit, my stream is the most interactive one in the whole of Indian book scene. Wow, that's a huge comment. I'm not sure it's totally totally true though, because I see a lot of interaction on so many other streams as well. All in the good vibes, you know. So more power to you, and yeah, thank you for your kind words. I do my best to push my thought process out in the open. And believe me, I go through my own stream later, the next day, or maybe even a week later, just to revisit my thought process in a few spots. I do make some notes on how I play, and since I have it recorded, it gives me the chance to actually go ahead and have a good look at what went down, how I thought about it, and whether I was blindsided, whether I was whether I play too passively and suddenly decided to go aggressive on the river, which made it a little bit less believable and stuff like that. So I try to learn as much as I can with every single avenue that we have. We have the hand reading series, we have some interactive sessions happening. So all of that, make the most easy use of your time. If you are in a lockdown, if you are thankfully healthy and you have enough stuff to eat at home, you don't have to worry about much, then the point is just to keep positive and keep focused at doing whatever you want to do right now. If you want to pick up a skill, I suggest this is probably the best time to pick up a skill, or at least learn something interesting. Like in the first lockdown, me and my wife, we decided to just paint. We just painted a few things and just spend some quality time off the gadgets, off internet, and probably doing something that you've always wanted to do but never had the time. This is the time that we have gotten as a compulsory thing in our lives right now. A compulsory thing, mandatory chain that we are put in right now is just filled with time. Thank you for the tips. Best of luck. All right, to you too. Gaurav, all right. So coming back to that Centurion question, I first of all, I don't register way too early in Centurion. I don't think it makes sense for me to register too early in Centurion. It never did, in my opinion. I have always registered to Centurion when we get 50 to 40 bigs, and after that I play extremely aggressive, try and at least go triple or quadruple the starting stack, and then play a little bit selectively. Until then, if I have top 5 top 10% hands, I'm going extremely aggressive, hyper aggressive, and just if I bust out 2 or 3 bullets, I'm fine to just stop trying at that point of time. I don't go overly bad. Do I play on Spartan? Also on Stars and Adda. I don't even have an account on Adda, and PokerStars I used to play a little bit, but I did not really find a lot of value in the tournaments there. I mean, for the binds like 800 if you, or like 500 if you get like 80k GTD, and field that is also pretty regular in playing, it becomes a loss, not win-win. All right, 9-6 was good enough, and here comes our fun hand. Let's go. Let's see if it helps us become the champions of this world. 3-bet would be brilliant. No, it doesn't come in. So we have the decision to make a 3-bet. So let's make it a little bit like 6.11, something like that. 1, 2. Okay. A little bit more than 3x. Everybody has 50 blinds, right? We'll be happy to see a shove somewhere. Probably queens or something will shove. Oh, call from the big blind. That's interesting. He can shove. Or they just fold. Alright. Now the really bad thing is that big blind has all of these in their solid range, but still we have to see bet a little bit. Let's go 4. Oh, we get raised, and a small raise. Do we believe it? Do we pay them this price? It's like min raise. We have to pay them, I think. That's pretty aggressive cold calling, actually. Alright, we'll pay them. Fair enough. Let's see. Alright, we have 2 overs and a flush draw. I think at this point of time the SPR is 1 of pot, and it makes sense for us to go all in. We can always rebuy, but this is a pot that we have to go at. Let's go. Nines. Oh. They hold with their nines, which is tough stuff for us, but we'll rebuy. That's not a problem. We had a flush draw, we had 2 overs, not bad at all. Re-register and get in. Oopa. Alright, so it's a new table. Let me just reconfigure the table with us. Give me a sec. And what do you know, we have ace king again. Yep, I'm not kidding. Ace king all over again. Gonna make a 2.5 open. Let me switch the table. Table number 15, is it? No, number 3. Oh, what a smashing little. You're always gonna make a small bet over here. Nice, they don't believe us, which is always very good. We again go a small bet. Let's go. And we can close the older table since we get a call. Very interesting. So if they have ace 7, ace 4, ace 9, too bad for us. If they have an ace queen or ace jack, they are still calling. Ace 10 is still calling. We get max value with their ace. All right. Second time in a row we get absolutely maddeningly busted. Let's do this. Let's give it one more shot. All right, from our pocket. That was unfortunate. Too bad. It's 2 times ace king ran into things that beat us left, right, center. Never mind. You play on Spartan, all right. Do you play on Pokeball? Yes, I do. I am Bhushan Soni, okay? Set, indeed. You're talking about the current hand or the previous one? All right. They played pretty well. They 3-bet enough and everything is fine. Alright. That was a bit tough. Well, sometimes it's just not completing, not making your flushes, not making your hand by the river, and that's that. Doesn't really help every single time. All right, we are 1 hour in and we have used up 2 bullets. This is the last one, guys. This is one from the pocket. Let's see. Third time lucky. That's the charm. All right, we are still gonna go ahead and open. Not gonna get affected by losing hands, which is still gonna play right, still gonna play tight. Ace 6 suited, still an open, especially 50 bigs. We fold to a 3-bet, but we mostly continue everything else. Danny Cruz, one of the winning guys, pretty good player. We know them, we've seen them play actually. Edge, all right, so they are known to do all sorts of funky stuff, and this squeeze is absolutely to make a fold to that squeeze, sadly. All right. They don't 3-bet actually that much. That's our experience while playing with them. Never mind. Just keep your spirits up and play a stack. Hope to make a good stack and focus. Aces cracked. There's no aces. What the fuck? Why? Ace king crack, not aces. It's okay, happens. I thought they had ace king, ace queen, ace jack, or something like that. Ace 4, ace 9 would have been worse, but you're too committed over there. Can't do much, yeah. It's just standard, right? Alright. Multi-way, I don't see the incentive in terms of carrying on. They are a tight player, and they are not so much, but makes sense to fold. Alright. So, what else are we looking at? If you guys have any suggestions in terms of what we would like to do, what you would like to hear as players who are looking forward to study, if you're confused with something, if you would like to suggest a topic in terms of preparing for poker, playing poker, about what was that? People are stacking off, stacking on, stacking off. A lot like Karate Kid, actually. 8-10, alright, people want to bluff. Bluff is the name of the game. I'll just rewatch that entire hand. Call, 8-10, alright. 8, 9, 10 jack. They had an open ender, they decided to call, then they check, they bet, and called. Did not get there. Alright, and we are on a break, guys. I'll be back shortly. Don't worry about it. It will keep playing solid. We're gonna smash a few hands here. Don't worry about it. We got this. We also are all looking at a couple of other games, but not tonight. Probably tomorrow. Alright, super cool. I'll be right back. Quite looking two or three bet, but you can continue everything else. I'll be back, guys. Give me 2 minutes. Alright, guys, we are back. And did you see that slick BRB screen? How awesome is that? Alright, on the button. Can we overcall this? Can we overcall this is the question. How likely are we to get squeezed? We have helped many people here with their stack. Who is gonna help us with ours? Early position button. No, I think I'll let this one go in the interest of my chip stack. Yeah, could probably bluff 3-bet, but early position open and we don't have a huge stack behind to pull off that level of shenanigans a little bit. Arjun Shetty, alright, you see that it is going nowhere, right? Now that response was actually posted to a guy who said aces are usually cracked with the combinations of 6-2 suited and some other hand. So actually my chat just refreshed. I don't know why it just did. So I can't see the past messages, sadly, guys. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We are effective 40 week stack now. So our standard stack size, all the notes that we have been making till date are 40 BB centric. So now it's a lot less ambiguous in my head to open and play with most of these hands. Look at this. Is that a donk? Did they donk the turn? Yeah, led the turn probably. Haha, Tejasvi. I'm glad my humor is coming through, and I'm glad that we are getting some laughs out of it. All right, that's pretty nice. All right. What else? What else are we talking about? Oh, donk, raise, and a re-raise, smashing, call. Wow, that's insane. What does that mean? And SPR becomes 1. Everything is a fair shot. Who takes the shot first? It's a standoff. Oof. Massive value. What is that? Aces? Sixes? Oh boy, this guy is just killing it. Killing it. And what did that guy have? 7, 8. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. They revered their shit. How awesome is that? Like, yeah, those are the kind of hands you just can't get away. And they are just lucky that, they didn't stack off. I mean, they could have easily jammed and taken max value on that hand. Yeah, didn't. Anyway. Alright, Tejasvi, how are you doing? I'd love to pull up your table and take a sneak peek at how you are doing. Alright, who is this? SFD989. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for the good luck. We sort of need it now, especially on the 3rd bullet and stuff. Never mind. I mean, this is just 3rd tournament of the day, which I've tagged in for 36. And yeah, you can say this is pretty much standard. If you have good hands, you are either stacking on or stacking off. You're not letting them go, especially if it's the board is such that, apart from a set, what else could they have really? Now look at that, aces and queen 9. Wow, maddening. This guy, I mean, yeah, I thought he had aces early on. What am I? Strad, am a champion or what? SFD989. Thank you for joining the stream. If you like the vibe, if you like what we are doing here, that is talking about a new perspective to poker. New players, how do they think? What do they think? We are bringing that out. We are going to address that. We're going to learn. We're going to grow and keep streaming to see how we grow. If you like all of that, any of that, do give it a like of some sort, to give it some love. Cheers. Now if I open that will be loose. Alright, good play by him. He did not stack off there. Yeah, indeed. I mean, good play by him, but bad play by this guy who did not jam or did not collect max value, in my opinion. They were hoping to get jammed on IP by aces or whatnot, but the paired board actually saved them and did not give them, probably give them an opportunity to make max value. Otherwise, they would have stacked off. Yeah, seriously. Insane, right? Alright, I am on the task of checking out your game, my dear friend. Ace King now makes it when we don't have it. Typical. Oh, Yash, you have fisherman on the table. What is hotty toddy? Anyway, let's go. Good luck to you, man. Railing you 47 bigs, doing good. Whom did you stack? 4-7. Wow. Let me set an auto fold over here. Nice squeeze. Nice cruise by Titanic Cruise. Nice 2-pair beating the king. Beating the shit out of the king. I'm talking about another table on which our friend Yash or Tejasvi Sharma is playing. Alright, an open jam. That's a move that you should be pulling off. Let me just fold it. Before, oh wow, okay. Edge is here. That's interesting. Ace king. Legit. And jacks take it home. Like the absolute bosses they are. A6 suited. Nice. Lovely, lovely. Good luck. Thank you so much, Arindam, for your kind wishes. And the table closes as soon as we open it. It closes. That's what's happening. Tables are closing as soon as we open it. Probably not a good day to play. If you believe in signs and shit. I'll fold, obviously. What am I even thinking about? Nothing. Not much. Al Chapon. Table change. New table. Give me a sec, guys. Not ours. Our friends. Tejasvi's table I'm talking about. Where did you go? I think Spartan should also have one of those features. Yeah, good point actually. Yeah, Spartan should have one of those features where you just, click on a player name and that table opens. Look at that, Queen 10. Auto fold, snap fold. That gets us good cards in the next run. Gareth James, you mean by the podcast? Huh? Yeah, podcast, yeah. He is probably the founder and the chief head coach or whatever, the owner of MTT Poker School. He has a nice Facebook group, nice set of videos. I do follow a lot of their videos. Very nice sense of humor to go with it. I mean, I love to follow people who have a nice vibe, who have like, let's do this sort of fun attitude in their talk. I hate boring talks about poker, but there's not much boring about poker, honestly speaking. So anybody, early on, this is a fun fact. Early on, I did not like duck poke one bit. Like I absolutely almost hated it. Oh shit, sorry. See how much I hate. Alright, I'm holding this. I hated his content. I'm like, what the hell? Let the hand play and you talk during the hand. Why do you want to have to play the hand? Then talk about it and replay it again and then stop it and then replay it. So we watch the hand twice and you are talking in between and it gets very disconnected to begin with. And then later on it, I grew onto me and then I slowly started to follow a lot of his style in terms of, addressing, thinking about things, and obviously his humor is also so on point. So that's something that is number of cases increasing. It's pretty alarming. Yeah, I know. It's insane. I try to not. I read that any hand can beat any hand. That's the beauty of poker. Absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely. Where is okay. Here's Yash sitting with. Wow, you leave one table of pros and you sit with another table of pros. From the fire pot into the fireplace. Is that what they say? I don't give a shit. It's something to that effect. From the forget it. From something hot to something hotter. Just that. Yeah. Alright. Can we do something awesome to bounce back, or do we just have to let the cards do their thing? The answer is you have to fold and wait. All right. All right. Random YouTube links. At least I'm not famous yet to be worrying. Yeah, 7 deuce. Always 7 deuce, man. 6. I haven't heard 6 deuce being a great. Love 7 deuces on it. Like 6 deuce at least has the potential because it's 3 gap or whatever. So if you flop 3 4 5, you have a smashing straight. And at the same time, yeah, this is FT only pointed in there. Oh, I have a few FT videos marked for review. Study on stream. All right, that's probably one of my projects I'm thinking about. I've talked to a couple of people about watching a few videos together and putting it out there in terms of what works, what doesn't work. Probably talk a little bit about what works on low stakes, mid stakes from those tables. Like people play a lot of ICM. People play a lot of ICM in terms of pushing hands and pushing hands with blockers and being fairly confident that they will not receive calls. And sometimes when there could be 1 or 2 people who don't give a shit about ICM and make their calls even with 9s or 10s or whatever, like then it gets pretty disastrous. If you're not up against the entire... Why is this so uncomfortable tonight? Yeah, so unless you're comfortable and you know the player pool or the player field that you're playing in understands and plays fairly by ICM, it will be really difficult. Don't study the hands on this video alone. Yeah, just for fun. Yeah, why not? I mean, we should have fun while studying as well. We can have theirs, like, yeah, you have to fluff and show and put a screenshot and something like that. Yo, Cyclops! We are running the scrummy edge of this tournament right now. Look at that. All premium, mega premium, super premium hands and just beautiful limps. All good. Life is good. Kind of went over the top with that ace king, I guess. The first ace king, not the second one. The first one was a little bit over aggressive in my opinion. But like I said, the way they bet into it, it became SPR 1 pot and we couldn't simply let it go. Flush draw, 2 overs, we had enough amount of stuff to go into it. And king 5 off is an easy fold over here. Meanwhile, alright, we have been making some decent runs in last week or so, that's probably good news. Closing in a few gaps in our study, and they are also resulting in us making some good progress, inching closer, finishing slightly better than before, and loads of stuff. Wow, like this guy can make calls with almost anything. So if there's a 4-card flush, can you make a call with deuces? I'm folding 3-4 off, small blind. Can you do that? Half pot bet, like, wow. Half pot bet is not that bad, 25%. So deuce, Anyway, man, that's cool. We want a lot of players like this. So that check Discord after a few minutes. Alright, we'll do that. Thank you, thank you. What are you up to? Recently, I've been a little bit away from streams and such. Oh my god, just studying and sleeping and eating and playing. That's all. Wow, just get into it. Like, don't worry about it. That's all right. Cyclops, thank you for the note. I'll check it. You guessed it so well. you had an awesome read that my Discord is not usually open these days as well. I just open it for a bit and check some content that's going on, flowing around, and then after that I don't engage much on Discord. Oh, wow, just jammed. Wow, okay. Too bad. Just jammed it. Jacks. I don't think they were getting away anyway. Bahubali takes down a huge pot with flush, nut flush on the river. How awesome is that? No wonder it's Bahubali and all stuff. And oh my god, we're watching this table and Yash has already moved. What's with you, man? Moving tables all the time. 5-4 suited. Lovely little hand. Which I'll let go. Yes, watching you. Alright. Awesome. That's awesome. Where is our friend? I don't see you in the top of the list. Did you buy dust with something? Did you not rebuy him? Looking for Yash. Edge is a good player. I remember ace high flush versus straight flushing. Oh yeah. But I don't think that call was good. Do you have any idea why so? What's that? What's up? Oh, by whom though? Who is recognizing these players as bots? Wow, that's surprising. All right. As far as showdowns go, I haven't seen many good plays by them. Can check now and reply in break. All right, I'll do that immediately. Let me just open up and I just keep it off to reduce the distractions, just for that reason. Since I am a new player, I prefer to keep the distractions to the minimum. Chat is just one place where I would like to focus apart from. Oh, okay. Hey, how are you going? Oh, alright. Absolutely in. Ace Jack, Alan Jackson, let's go. 2.2 is what we Alright, we see an ace. Let's hope. They have ace 9, both of them. Let's make a 40% bet. Oh, we get a call from Edge. And why not? Now it's Alright, we make them pay the max value. What else? Oh, they just fold because there's a flush draw as well, and with a club you're not happy making the call then. But if they had a flush draw, they're not folding, so probably didn't have a flush draw. Doesn't matter. It's good that we charged fairly big on the flop. It wasn't just left enough left behind to interesting. Kings. Absolutely. All right, I reach up. Tens. Big blind, jacks plus are probably my 3-bit range. I prefer to call and keep it. Wow, flopping it offset. Or is it our time to stack off? Only if there's a 5 of hearts. Oh no. Oh no. Let's push a bigger bet. Let's see what they do. 7-9. They don't have 7-9. Yeah, they're not gonna pay us off with anything. And the random card, if they are willing to pay for it, we'd like to get that value. I mean, you can hardly win against him on the cash table unless you have best hand possible. Alright, looks like we are on our upward stride, possibly, who knows. So let's keep a track of what happens. Everyone at cash table on blitz. Alright, okay, what's up? That's very strange and very interesting to know, kind of a fact about them especially. Yeah, I mean, I have some very incidental notes on them, like, you know, they probably play quite loose, quite aggressive as well, especially post flop. I've seen that, so that could be one reason why they beat people at low stakes, because key is aggression. If you just you know, pot it on the flop and turn, very likely people are going to fold. People are not as sticky many a times as much as we think they would be. Look at this guy now. What do you think they bet with? So they had second pair and they chose to keep going at it in position versus them who clearly would have a better jack. They had queen jack off, by the way, on the previous hand. So yeah, they probably, you know, catch something and they just go at it. If that's their play style, it could get people in, you know, it could get people to find a lot of folds, and once in a while they do have a good hand. So if that gets shown and oh my god, 10 deuce off, don't fold 10 deuce off, right? Anyway, so like I was saying, just give me a sec, guys. Where is that? A7 classic 3-6. What the heck? 3-6 suited, 6-3 suited. I'm folding this. Just give me a sec. Alright, here he is. Alright, I recently heard a lot about bots in Spartan, but you know what? It's difficult for bots to actually function in a in an MTT scenario. Facebook too already. That happened way too long ago. But anyway, it's true that there are a lot of talks about bots, especially on the cash tables. But that's exactly why I chose tournaments. No, I'm just kidding. The tournaments, the structures and the blinds and the entire calculation is changing every single round, especially for the computer to analyze it and play optimally, profitably. It would be probably sometime in the future, not yet. At least no bots have been found on the tournament scene. Wow, look at that ribbon. A backdoor flush. How amazing is that? How is Spartan tournament paying so much? Yeah, because they have that player pool. The key is player pool. If you have 100 people playing a tournament versus if you have 300 people playing a tournament, what do you think? Who's gonna pay a bigger GTD? And they pay bigger GTD, so more people come, so those GTDs get smashed very easily. Oh, ace 10 is jack and 10 finds a way on the flop. Finally, we are running out of. क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है? नहीं, अलग से लेते हैं हम लोग जितना चाहिए स्वादानुसार. Are you asking because my teeth are shining white? White. Does anybody even know the reference to this white? Alright, queen deuce suited. Nice fold. Alright. बड़े heavy driver मिल जाते हैं blitz पे. अरे, heavy driver everywhere. You want to check out Poker Saint in that case. Heaviest drivers of the nation probably. Still, I would say, Spartan crowd, even at Centurion, waits for the flop or the turn to jam. Okay. Most of my experience on Poker Saint is pre-flop, all in, don't give a shit, whatever number of blinds you have. Last week, the same tournament I lost at rank 8 level 10. Alright, that happens, man. Kings, alright. Shrey is on the table. We're absolutely defending it. We're hoping to spike S6 at least on the turn. That'll be nice. I'm gonna check call one street. We have marginal hand. We have one hard blocker card. On the other table we see sixes. I mean, there are two overs on the board as well, and we don't really connect so well. The board is fairly disconnected. Just a flush draw. Just gonna float. Alright, now we have a flush draw, single card flush draw. Ace queen versus ace queen, may hit flush. Alright, and gut shot straight draw. We're calling a bet. Alright, they just check. Alright, now 6 high flush. Are we getting? Should we place a blocker bet? I think we should. Sixes. Alright, you get a fold. No heart. No heart. No chips to pot. Alright, float clouds. I'm probably gonna block. Folding it from the small blind, obviously, and immediately being punished. But no, there's no question about it. I calculated the pairs join with re-entries. They are paying from their pockets. They will be out of business soon. So you see, That's a very intricate and very spiraling question over there. First of all, we need to understand that many players are playing for fun. They are not necessarily playing for the top. They want to be top 1%, top 5%, top 10% of the players. They're just playing to get their shots. Like I'd say, how you go bowling. Do you expect to win anything over there? Still, you go and pay whatever 200, 300 rupees every bowling, street, right? And what do you get in return? You get fun. I mean, you just bowl, and if you get a few strikes, you're happy. You go and pay. You play snooker or billiards as as something that makes you happy. I mean, yeah, taking some good shots and pocketing a few successive balls will make you happy, right? So here, if somebody makes some good plays and probably cashes, or probably makes wins a few flips, or even chips one, they are happy with that experience. And playing cards also has some amount of probably relaxing component in their lifestyle. People that play these games, I don't believe they are strapped for money, honestly. And if people are strapped for money and playing card games online, probably a whole lot of stuff is needs to be prioritized, if that's the case. But if that's not the case, like if I was earlier, I was working with a multinational company, drawing some decent salary, and I don't mind spending a little bit. Go-karting, for example, I spend like 400, 800 rupees every day if I go to the ring and just do a few laps. So if that's the case, and if those go-kart tracks, if those pool and billiard tables and those rental bowling alleys are not going out of business, why should poker companies go out of business? It doesn't make sense, right? It's just a game. It's just a sport that people play recreationally for fun, because they enjoy it. There are, just like we have rummy nights with friends, there are poker nights in places where poker has been played for quite a lot of years, and they play it with that spirit of playing, like how we have teen patti games. Usually many people play teen patti with family and friends during Diwali and stuff. It's only teen patti on steroids, especially for the Western world. And look at that, we have an aggressive game on the table. Prem, yes, wow, just smash their set. Awesome. Ace 10 off. I wonder why they went all in. Just 2 overs. Meister, they are also pretty loose and they pressurize with a lot of hands. That's good to know. So Harsagar, that's lot of Harsagar. So that's my read of a very basic understanding of what's happening. I play on PokerStars. Their tourneys are just not good in value compared to Spartan, but Spartan software is really bad. Spartan software is really bad? Are you serious, mate? Probably one of the best softwares in the industry, I would say. Oh, if you mean the RNG, that's again a different discussion, and I'm horribly underqualified to talk either way about an RNG, to justify that RNG is good or to berate an RNG on what grounds it's not good and stuff like that. I would resist from criticizing an RNG just because I'm not being favored. Like, we busted 2 bullets in this tournament with Ace King. Probably third best hand in poker, or even second best, some say. So if I go around blaming the RNG for that, that's going down a wrong rabbit hole. Let's just put it that way. We are priced in to defend with queen 10 off, and we hit a gut shot. They c-bet a lot, but we have to check to them. We cannot donk. Is playing free rolls spoils our game? Yes, absolutely, I believe so. And a big bet, we cannot continue with that big bet, especially with 28 bigs behind. We choose to fold this one. Meanwhile, Yash is just stacking people off left, right, and center on the other table. They just sweep. Good for them. Happy for them. So Alvin says free rolls is spoiling our game because a lot of maniacs just want to jam and steal the stack. Yeah, I mean, if we tend to start playing every other hand with libs, and you want to see the flops, and just if you make your set, you're gonna play trappy and stack off opponents and stuff like that. It's not in the best interest in terms of developing our game or learning the game. What are we achieving by just churning in that field? If we have to spend 7 bullets in Centurion, because you just can't open without being shoved upon, and at some point of time with aces, ace king, or even queens, if you call off a shove of 50 bigs and end up losing it, and if that happens successively for like 10 times, like, okay, the guy you are losing to might just lose his entire stack on the next street, but that doesn't matter to us. So if that's the nature, like free rolls for example, if that's the nature, alright, mean RNG, alright. I have made a huge note about making some videos about RNG, and I think I need to prioritize a little bit on that. How about RNG sick? Alright, you seem to be qualified analyzers or people who know what you're talking about. The RNGs, you guys seem to be experts in RNGs. Have you guys designed RNGs, or do you evaluate RNGs on regular basis? What is the deal? Let me know, please. I just fold 7-8 suited because with 28 bigs, you're not really incentivized much on opening these versus people who play super loose and are in position versus us. Okay, this is a hand that we would like to get our stack behind. Utsav Kumar and Alvin, Edge goes ahead and limps. Now we're going to play a standard race. Yeah, the call. Yeah, so this is why we did not play, and this is why I did not play 7-8 suited, although that's a very good hand to play. Getting jammed upon is not so bad after all. Now it becomes an easy fold for us. We have to check this multi-way. 6-7-8 super wet board connected. Yep, easy fold. Lovely. I'd love to see you guys both go heads up. Alright, ace queen again, and we just keep going at it relentlessly. Now that's what we do. Alright, we get 3-bet and our stack is going in. Ace queen has to be good, especially the later positions, smaller stacks. Yep, super. We don't mind. Oh, small blind and big blind both go all in. Now it becomes a bit difficult to jam upon. It is definitely marginal now. Small blind is jamming, big blind is just probably ISO jamming. What do we do? I think we are priced in, that's for sure. and I'm not sure if this is a call, although we are priced in. We have the ace blocker. Ace king is very likely though. Kings. I'm gonna make a tough fold over here. Alright. Yep, that was probably a decent fold in my opinion. Ace king was still definitely a jam, but about ace queen, I wasn't so sure of rejamming it into two players. Ace queen suited, probably just like them. I would have snapped rejam. Ace queen off, probably not. We need that little bit of edge while rejamming, in my opinion. Good hand, well played by them. Make a video on variance versus RNG. Yeah, absolutely. I plan to get somebody who knows a little bit about RNGs, who knows what they're talking about, who has probably worked on an RNG, who knows what certification of RNG is and what how RNG works basically, and a little bit about that, a little bit about where RNGs have been found, compromised, what are the ways in which RNGs can compromise and what are the repercussions, and can any player definitively come to a conclusion where people, I mean, they can outright say that, you know, this RNG is good or this RNG is bad. It's just insane, right? It's like me saying, Sukhoi 30 is way better than Sukhoi 28. I mean, I don't have fucking clue. But I learned it from people sharing their pain there. There's just no way for me to decide which fighter combat aircraft feels good to fly, which fighter aircraft is great when evading enemy surface to air missiles. How would you possibly, you know, alright, cut off, hijack. What are we doing? 3x open. Also, they don't open a lot, so 3x open, fold this, exploitative, folding it. Yeah, so first of all, for us to make comments on something, we need to understand what it is. Second of all, we need to make a solid understanding of how it is designed. How is the design good? Like, you know, for us to claim that Subaru is way better than Mitsubishi, and if you make claims like that, the first question anybody is going to ask you is, how do you know that? Have you used both of them for enough amount of times, enough number of miles to come to that conclusion that a Mitsubishi is, or whoever, Subaru is better than the other one? It's insane. I mean, you can always go and say, okay, Ferraris are the best cars, but oh my god, I mean, just because it is expensive doesn't mean it is the best. And just because you have heard somebody say something about some particular car does not make it good. Alright, you can like it for how it looks, how it sounds, fair enough. You can say that, you know, on one particular site, the experience you have had is your aces got cracked a little bit less. You can say that, but you cannot possibly grade something that is way beyond your I'm not sorry for saying it, but your capacity of understanding. That's a harsh truth. If you're gonna go and bash RNGs of any site that could be, without having some definitive proofs, just with the sample of your 100 hands or 1000 hands a day, it means nothing. Sadly, it means nothing in the entire loop of that RNG. It might mean a lot to you, it might mean the world to you, it might mean your entire bank road is busted, but it doesn't mean anything in the entire pool of the game, the entire pool of samples that RNG needs to prove itself in. So, King, Jack, and nines. All right, smashing over cards. That's exactly why we trust over cards. All win. All right. So, like I said, I'm also horribly underqualified to talk about it. So, I'm going to put in a lot of questions in my notepad, and we're going to talk about them to people who design RNGs, who know about RNGs, who can answer the questions, even if we can't ask them the right way. So let's try and get a few people who are that good, and let's try to hear from them what they think about this entire thing, where we start from blaming RNGs and we reach until how to make sure, like that's an area of my reading and study and interest as well. How can we possibly, all right, correct, how can we possibly make sure of certified RNG and everything is fine? We know cars are certified by RTO. Would you believe that that means that a car is fit to drive? Hell no, that doesn't mean anything, because we know how certifications work in certain areas. So if we were to not regard the certification of any particular site, what's the next best thing to help us understand whether the RNG is fair or not? Are there any small sample size tests that we can do which can clearly point us in the direction where we can be fairly assured that the RNG is fair, quote unquote fair? Fair RNG does not mean you win every time. Fair RNG does not mean your aces get cracked less. Fair RNG does not mean ace king wins versus ace queen more than whatever 70% of the times. So I'm taking up the challenge to improve my bankroll next month. All right, man. All right. You go. You do good stuff. Make sure you do everything in the right spirit. I'm high, I shove. All right. Good to know. Wow. They fold? They fold? What hands do they fold? All right. They're not that bad. I mean, they don't open like insane amount of hands, but at least 30% of hands, which is still a lot, but not insanely a lot. By the way, I've done some study on RNG, but yes, you said we are pretty underqualified. Yeah, at least I am, I know, because I haven't worked on designing RNGs, I haven't worked on evaluating RNGs, I haven't worked on certifying RNGs. I haven't read and watched enough. I've watched a lot of videos, but I haven't watched enough videos to actually conclude about most of it. It's absolutely an expert's task, in my opinion, to talk about it, and it's simply not becoming of me to do that. All in general, you're right, but still most people ignore such clues because they are addicted to gambling. All right, cool. Eric Cartman. 12 bigs. King Jack off. I think cut off. We're going in. The broadways have to be good portion of the time, and we have to collect the blinds. We cannot. Big fan of this series. Big fan of All right. So that's exactly why sites publish a lot of information about be aware about gambling. Our friend in the stream, Eric Cartman, brings up some solid, valid points. If we ignore a few signs, if we ignore a few things, what happens is, I agree. Thanks, buddy. All right. So what happens is people start to ignore a lot of signs, and the signs are more about their gameplay versus how bad the RNG is, how the site screwed them over, or signs about how other players are getting lucky, they've done something to the system, they have hacked it or something like that. So what I feel is, if so many people are proving that consistent right play is getting rewarded, and not in 10 out of 10 tournaments, but more to the tune of 1:10 or 1:20 kind of tournaments, and in one tournament that you ship, you make up 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 binds. What does that tell you? It's like, I'll give you a beautiful analogy. Probably I read somewhere, or I had a similar thought to something that I read. It's like you hold in 10 arrows in your hand and throw them with solid force, or probably 10 darts, throw them with solid force towards the target, and you have to throw as many darts as you can, and the only thing you can do is you can try and aim better, you can try and throw better, and you can try and see that you hit at least one of them, or at least a couple of them right in the center and few around the center. And if that's the case, and if you're going to get points, or you're going to get paid for one dart that hits into the center, which is equal to probably 3 or 4 such attempts, that makes sense, right? And the structure of the tournament and the payout is pretty much on the similar lines. So if you are trying to justify, if you're trying to see the risk to reward ratio, the amount of risk you take is like playing 10 to 100 tournaments without cashing and actually making up for that with one win. Now, how consistently you do those wins, how consistently you play well, actually translates into how much money you make. And like it is said, top 5%, top 10% of the field actually makes money in poker. So there's no reason for me to believe that I should be cashing in every 10th tournament, every 20th tournament that I play. It's simply stupid and incredibly dumb of me to imagine that, because I am simply not putting that much time. There are people who are putting in hours of daily work in terms of preparing, in terms of understanding ranges, in terms of understanding equities. Like I shoved King Jack off over there. All right, if I shove King Jack off over there, I should be ready to take a flip with 12 bigs and not blame the RNG if actually Queen 10 flops a 10 and takes it home. All right. Yeah, all right. So we'll talk about that, and it's absolutely a topic that needs to be talked about, but not with judgment preconceived in our heads. That way we are not going anywhere. We're just shoving our agenda down people's throat. That's all I'm saying. If we have questions, we should be looking for answers. We should not be convinced about the answers of the questions we are asking. If that's the case, we're not asking questions. We're just revolting. We're just rebels without a cause, or a cause, just because we are a rebel and we have to have a cause. So probably should be sounding a bit harsh to hear, but that's what I think. If you step back a little bit, if you maybe stay away from poker and look at it objectively and see like 100 people talk, out of which 10 are winners, probably 15-20 are preparing to be winners, another 50 people are just somewhere in the limbo like me, we're not sure what to do, how to prepare, how to play, what to learn next. If that's my concern, I can't be counting myself as even close to getting to be a winning player. I'm finding my way around it, and if you are doing that too, it incentivizes a lot to keep your mindset right and to keep your approach right and to be looking at right priority items. If you're convinced it is rigged, it is insanely stupid to continue to play then, isn't it? Like it would be really bad decision to play if you have enough proof that it is rigged. I could not get up because the topic was simply so interesting. I had to keep talking about it. But in tournaments, I am pretty confused. I don't see an incentive to they that are winning online tournaments and consistently are offline champions too. Yeah, chasing excellence is on another table. One of our friends. Yeah. So, but as bitter as it sounds, I'm sure we would be heavily incentivize or plus EV to actually go ahead and talk about it with people who know about it a lot more than we do. So let's push that into one of our sessions. Let's try and see if we can at least get some leads where we can probably, all right, I don't want to follow somebody who's telling me I don't do, what, don't worry, just play, it's all fine. I don't want to listen to that kind of stuff. I want to listen to somebody who's telling me logical stuff, who's telling me probably quantitatively, like this is the reason why people cannot people cannot rig it, it's unriggable or something like that. And there's nothing like unriggable in my opinion. Everything can be tweaked. We know the safest of software systems have been hacked, they have been penetrated. I'm not denying any of that. It's just that if we go in with an answer already set in our heads, we are never gonna answer the question. Cutting topics, it's better that way. Would love to see you ship. All right, let's see if the RNG is in our favor tonight. All right, let's focus on the game. That's right, because that's the most plus EV thing we can do while playing. Focus on the game. It doesn't matter. I'll win. I'm just talking about the general line of thought people have, and that's usually based around how RNG is biased, how RNG is rigged, how RNG is unfair, and how things are rigged for certain players. I mean, for it to be unfair, it has to be fair, extra fair to somebody. So that's basically being rigged, right? And rigged does not necessarily mean in a good way. If it's rigged for you, it's good. If it's rigged against you, it is not favoring you. So either way, it is rigged. That's just another way of putting it. Never mind though. Never mind. Oh boy. Nice. Snap check. Shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna let this one go. Simply got in a position to continue at all. 6 2s off and 7 2s suited. Now this is better than the last one. Last time shipped to tournament. Alright. Rigged is whole different than RNG. Oh no, it's not. I know what rigged means, I know what RNG means, I know they're different, but I was talking about how people talk about the RNG usually. Anyway, like you said, let's focus on the tournament and let's keep all this talk for the session that we would like to have organized. It's a great probably a discussion to have. Absolutely. Queen 8 off, easy fold for us. Thing is, now we have to look at critical spots that we can take. We need to identify people against which we are gonna take those spots. So probably edge is, and I'm high. I shove. Only two guys who are fairly out of the line. Yeah, this guy is just insanely in line most of the time. Ottoman rebels. Never mind. Just 1140. That. Wow. Cool. Alright, we get about 20 bigs if we register now. Probably if we get a good shovable hand, we're gonna go for it and re-register one last time if we can do that. Alright, Sahil. Sahil, is that Spider-Man? Ace, king and 8. Wow. 22 big pot. Who's gonna take a stab? Turn and river have been bricks. Some great kings I've seen. Who's Sahil? Wow. Max value. Going for it. Let's go. I'm watching another table on which gonna fold. Nice. This is a shovable hand. This is what I was talking about. And re-register into another table, I guess. Probably a softer table. Good luck us. Let's go. Full double. That's what we want. Nice. Nines. Okay. Too bad. We don't make that double. Just missed it. Almost making it. And we can. Let's cancel and re-enter in some time so we can. All right, let's keep this open so that we can close it. Give me a sec, guys. I'll just be back. Alright guys, all interesting, and we busto out of this tournament with that ace-10 hand. I think 15 bigs is kind of on the edge, and 16 is just just a little bit beyond my bankroll in terms of registering uh, that short. So what we'll do is we'll close the stream off for now, and we'll come back probably in the week to follow, or week to follow. Meanwhile, we'll still be doing our sessions in the morning. 11:30 is the time we're trying to fix. Probably I'll make it 11 so that we can have more time later in the day, and we'll continue working on a couple of other series that we talked about. It looks like we can make the most use of them, especially in the coming days, and with the lockdown I think we'll be able to dedicate some amount of time towards at least contemplating or understanding what pros have to say about dedicating a good amount of time to the game, about understanding about a little bit about the software, a little bit about the game itself, a little bit about how are we supposed to play, especially when starting out, what things to look for, what pitfalls to avoid, and how to be gamble aware, how to identify few tendencies that can get us into trouble, about bankrolls and why they are extremely important, and stuff around this. Around bankroll, there has been a lot of discussion, and every other time you revisit a concept, and it gets all the more clearer in our head. Like after you understand bankroll management, then you want to understand what is average bankroll management, then you want to understand what is aggressive bankroll approach, and then you want to understand short taking, then you want to understand the frequency of short taking, then you want to understand satellites and their role in our bankroll, and how do we want to attack them. So all of this is, as you keep on drilling through, you find more layers to it. So it's good to keep a good amount of going back to the concepts that you learn to begin with, then you go and improve your work in them. Same goes for a lot of short stack play, and shoving and push and shove, and a lot of such stuff that we start out, we read, all right, all a6s are a jam with 10 bigs on the button. Beyond that, you start learning, all right, aces are not a jam, because then somebody will not call and you will get the least amount of value. You should just open, and if they jam, you're going to call off and get max value, and stuff like that. So we'll try to have such sessions, and I'll express my inputs as an almost a year into poker kind of a player, and we'll get some inputs from somebody who has been playing for more than 5-10 years, so we'll know. And obviously we'll talk to some personality who is already known to most of us, and who's gonna help us through a few things, planning out a few things at least. All right, and this has been interesting. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good night, and keep your spirits up, and enjoy your poker. Bye bye.